Body camera video shows the moment a man fired several shots into a crowd before getting chased down by Daytona Beach police officers, where the investigation stands tonight.
A popular Orange County restaurant is cleaning up after being the target of vandalism. Several windows were damaged, but nothing inside was stolen. The owner hopes wasn't the reason for the vandalism.
8 officers and 4 of them dead. What we are learning about what happened while they were serving a warrant.
Local, live, late-breaking. WESH 2 News on CW18 starts now.
A newly released body camera video shows the moment that a man fired several shots into a crowd before getting chased down by Daytona Beach police officers.
WESH 2's tonight, Deborah Gettigas is live in studio with us tonight with more on the suspect who left 4 people hurt. And tonight, this happened in a busy entertainment district.
Yeah, in the video, you see people just hanging outside of the bars and even officers walking in the area when suddenly the suspect pulls out a gun and starts shooting. Where it happened is a location that's been on police radar for several years because of high crime. Now, the man accused of shooting is facing 4 counts of attempted murder and possession of a controlled substance. Michelle?
All right, thank you so much tonight. Meanwhile, we're following some breaking news. Police are investigating after a shooting left 2 people hurt. This is a live look at the scene along Scott Drive. This is just north of Sanford Airport. Police say that 1 person was badly hurt and the other person had minor injuries. We have no word on any arrests. Meanwhile, tonight, we just learned that a 4th member of law enforcement has died after a shootout in Charlotte. That is according to the AP. 4 members of the U.S. Marshals Task Force were also shot. 3 were also shot and killed. 4 other officers were hurt. The fugitive task force was serving a warrant when a suspect inside a home opened fire. Charlotte Police Chief Johnny Jennings called it a tragic day for the city.
Today's an absolute tragic day for the city of Charlotte and for the profession of law enforcement. Today we lost some heroes that are out to just simply trying to keep our community safe.
The suspect who fired the initial shots died at the scene. 2 people inside the home are now being questioned as persons of interest. Tonight, a teenager is sitting in jail charged with attempted murder after 10 people were hurt after shots were fired during a weekend party in Seminole County.
This happened at the Cabana Live restaurant entertainment venue in Sanford. As WESH 2 News' Greg Fox shows us, detectives are trying to find a second person who fired shots at the party, possibly to protect others. Deputies arrested a man they say killed 2 women, then dumped their bodies on the side of the road. Deputies say Carlos Yadiel Baez targeted transient women who traded sex for money. They say that he had sex and then strangled 41-year-old Fatia Flowers and 44-year-old Nicole Daniels. They say he then pushed their bodies out of his truck and drove away.
So I'm very confident because of our detectives' relentless efforts in this case that they stopped Baez from becoming a serial killer.
Deputies say he confessed to the murders and is being held in jail without bond. Deputies are searching for the person responsible for smashing several windows at an Orange County restaurant. This happened early Friday morning at the Doe Show, not far from UCF.
WESH 2's Lake Rumblehome spoke with the owner who said repairing the damage will cost several days' worth of earnings. We are getting details on what it would take for the state attorney's office to pursue the death penalty against Stephen Stearns. He's accused of murdering Madeline Soto, his girlfriend's 13-year-old daughter. Stearns was supposed to be in court for his arraignment this afternoon, but he declined to appear. He's already missed 2 court appearances, and we're told that he can technically skip every court appearance if he chooses. So now the state attorney, Andrew Bain, has 45 days to decide if he will seek the death penalty or life in prison.
Whether it was a cruel and heinous previous crime where the victim suffered, whether it's a previous violent crime. There are different factors that go into those different statutory analysis that goes along with what we consider an aggravated factor. And when it comes to mitigating factors, it can be background of the defendant, childhood upbringing, prior trauma, different things that we may know about the defendant, mental health, mental capacity.
Now, despite his arraignment being canceled, court dates were set for his pretrial and his trial. They should happen on July 10th and July 16th. New at 10 in Oviedo, talks picked back up tonight on what to do headquarters. Voters overwhelmingly rejected a bond referendum last year for more than $45 million that would have paid for a replacement. Tonight, leaders looked at several options, including building new facilities.
If you went this option of building new, it's a good flexible option for the city because you have just that. What do we do with that existing building? You know, and ultimately, if the city determines that, hey, it comes down and it gets repurposed to something else, okay, that's your choice.
The police chief says that their current space is cramped, out of date, and inadequate for the department, which has nearly tripled in size since it opened more than 30 years ago.
A deadly carjacking case in Seminole County has taken many twists and turns.
Next at 10, why federal investigators are now looking over this case. Plus,
I feel like the boat owners should be somewhat responsible.
Brevard County approves more funding to remove abandoned boats, why some feel the cost should fall on the boat's owners. Tony.
And it was a warm day today, but it's going to be getting even hotter later this week. But there is the chance for some rain, and we are tracking a few showers out there right now. I'll show you where straight ahead.
Florida, 5 people, including 2 teens, are recovering after in a Miami Gardens neighborhood. Police say this was a result of a fight at a nearby school. There was a second fight involving parents, and that's when police say someone pulled out a gun and opened fire.
2 were taken to the hospital, to Children's Hospital, and 3 adults were taken to a different hospital, yes.
All 5 people are stable. Police say an adult of interest was taken into custody, and police are trying to determine that person's involvement. In Lee County tonight, the state fire marshal is investigating a truck explosion that injured 1 person. This happened just after midnight. Firefighters report the debris from the explosion spread 50 to 100 feet. The cause appears to be a buildup of different vapors from chemicals stored inside of a trailer. Abandoned boats are much more than an eyesore. Now, Brevard County is moving forward with a plan to get rid of them.
WESH News Brevard Bureau Chief Scott Heidler explains how much it will cost the county and why it's important. People in Sulphur, Oklahoma are picking up the pieces after a massive and deadly tornado destroyed the downtown area over the weekend. Authorities say 1 person died and up to 40 people were hurt. This drone video shows the shocking aftermath of the destruction. There's a tremendous outpouring of support from the community and others around the area as the major task of clearing debris begins.
Right now, we have a count of about 75 residential homes damaged. I don't know the exact number of businesses, but the entire business area downtown was dramatically affected by this tornado.
The National Weather Service is forecasting more severe weather for that region this week.
And let's get a check of our forecast with First Warning Chief Meteorologist Tony Manalfi. Tony, obviously we're not dealing with severe weather like they're seeing out west, but our things around here are about to change pretty soon.
Yeah, we're getting really close, I think, in the next couple of weeks to getting into our wet season, getting those daily afternoon showers and snow. So the sea breezes are active tonight, just producing a few showers, which is good because we do need the rain, and I'll show you that here in a second. Let me take you back outside. Not rainy, though, here in downtown Orlando, at least not right now. And as we take a look at the latest satellite radar, that big storm system that generated all of that severe weather back towards Texas and Oklahoma is now up to the north and east and much weaker. East breeze, west breeze. That's what we're looking at right here. A few showers have developed west of 75, and we've been tracking these showers along the eastern side of the peninsula, just offshore of New Smyrna Beach, although we were able to muster up a few showers here into northern Brevard County, trying to push into eastern Orange County. A few sprinkles here trying to redevelop just north of Viera over towards Lake Washington. We'll continue to watch that. This is good news. We're looking at abnormally dry conditions now through Osceola, Eastern Orange, and Brevard County. So any help we can get, we'll take, right? Let's take a look at that wet season countdown. Typically starts around the 27th. This year, though, to me, the feel feels like it's going to be earlier than that. We'll just have to wait and see. At that point, cold fronts generally stop coming on in. Dew points in the upper 60s and 70s. Again, about 28 days out for a persistent sea breeze. It usually sputters to kick in, stops, and then comes back, and then it's with us for several months, as you guys are well aware of. Temps outside, it's warm. Low to the mid-70s, pretty much area-wide. Wind speeds here, not as gusty as earlier, but still have a breeze around 5 to 15 out of the east-southeast. Temperatures out the door tomorrow morning, low and mid-60s to lower 70s. 70s there into coastal Brevard County. 12-hour forecast for Orlando. Look at the mention here. Some showers. Could even be a brief little thunder shower. Let me show you why. Breezes will get going in the morning along the eastern side of the peninsula. There's your west breeze. And then as we get past 5 o'clock, there's your collision. We got some showers around, but there may be 1 or 2 lightning storms here. We'll have to wait and see how this plays on out. Things will subside after sunset. Could be a little fog there Wednesday morning. Watch what happens Wednesday afternoon. Breezes coming together again a little bit farther to the west, Marion County, Leesburg, on into Claremont. So again, give this another couple weeks and you'll see a lot more yellow, a lot more orange, a lot more red, indicating more significant downpours, which is what we're more typically accustomed to late May and June. Models are overdoing the rain. I know just not buying that much rain tomorrow, but I do think there'll be some areas that do okay. Temps along the coast, low 80s, back through the interior, mid and upper 80s. The attractions tomorrow looking good. Don't forget the sunblock and the shades. And as we take a look now at that forecast for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, high pressure dome slides to the east each and every afternoon. There will be a few coastal showers from time to time and could be a few lightning storms. We'll have to watch that for that fire danger risk as we typically do every April. Temps the next couple days, upper 80s to around the 90-degree mark. And as we put it all together here for you, at least a chance for a few showers each and every afternoon with daily highs in the upper 80s to right around 90.
What do you want to watch?
Big Bang.
It's one of my all-time favorites. You got this.
Sounds like a party.
Did someone say party? Party's my middle name. Every night at 7 o'clock.
Bang, bang. Let's watch TV.
We'll have some laughs.
I know! Are you having fun?
Oh, yeah, this is it.
The Big Bang Theory. Weeknights at 7, 7:30, and 11. Only on CW18.
Still funny.
It's a criminal investigation that spans several Florida counties.
Now federal investigators are taking the lead on a complicated case involving a deadly carjacking. Coming up next at 10:30, what was uncovered that led up to this decision?
The CW's Live Golf is changing the game with cutting-edge innovations and fast-paced play by some of the world's greatest golfers.
Watch it all right here
On the CW.
Yes! Live Golf Singapore.
Saturday and Sunday starting at 1 on CW18.
WESH 2 News starts now with breaking news.
That breaking news out of Sanford, where 2 people are wounded after a shooting.
WESH 2's Haley Crumblehome is live at that scene. It's on Scott Drive, just south of Lake Monroe. Haley, can you tell us what you're seeing?
So we're at the corner with Sterling Court. There's a portion of that street blocked off and a full block of Scott Drive. And you can see behind me, Scott Drive, that block is pretty much covered in evidence markers. Now we can see they're all numbered and they go up higher than 40 from where we're standing. And if you look at some of the ones closer to where I'm standing here, you can see what looks like shell casings next to some of these evidence markers. Now, at this point, the Sanford police haven't said when the shooting happened, what led up to it, or if they've identified a shooter. At this point, all we know is that 2 people were injured in this shooting. One of them is going to be okay, only minor injuries. The other is seriously injured. As soon as we have more information, we'll bring that to you on air and online at WESH.com. Live in Sanford, Haley Crumblehome, WESH 2 News.
Thank you. Federal investigators and prosecutors are now taking the lead in that case of a Seminole County carjacking that ended in the death of Catherine Aguas Vivas.
It is a case that has several crime scenes spanning several different counties, and WESH 2's Dave McDaniel is reporting tonight from Seminole County, where that transition was made official.
An arrest and new charges tonight in the case of a landlord-tenant dispute that turned deadly. Orlando police now say 38-year-old Joel Santos Garcia has been charged with second-degree murder and burglary with a firearm. This shooting happened back on March 28th. Police say 2 people with guns came up to a home on Dorado Avenue just off Cimarron Boulevard. That's when they started arguing, and police say the tenant started shooting. Angel Luis Santos died at that scene. The other victim survived. New at 10, Lake Mary police say this guy is responsible for a jewelry store burglary. They say Linnell Barnes crashed a stolen pickup truck into Casa Leon Jewelers along Wheelhouse Lane Saturday night. They say he then went in with a hammer and a duffel bag. He was later arrested in Orlando. This morning, WESH 2 was on the scene as Daytona Beach police took down yet another illegal gambling operation. This was off North Nova Road at Club 1190, according to the chief. Police Chief Jakari Young says this is the second business they've shut down in the last 2 weeks.
It's about doing our part proactively to prevent violent crime. Because as I go through my crime reports, that's what I notice. I notice an uptick in robberies, an uptick in batteries and shootings, and they're all centered around these establishments.
The department has intel on other businesses running similar operations. They expect to take down more of them soon.
An Osceola County School Board member is on trial for misdemeanor battery charges. Julius Melendez was in court as jury selection started this morning. Investigators say he kissed an 18-year-old woman against her will last year after giving her alcohol and inviting her to his house. The teen worked at a cafe that Melendez helped manage. He represents District 2 on that school board. Now, initially, authorities also charged him with giving alcohol to someone under 21, but that charge was later dropped.
Now to Volusia County, where Edgewater police are searching for the people responsible for writing an anti-Semitic message at the Henry Family Sensory Park on Umbrella Tree Drive. The two people in these pictures are persons of interest. The hateful message was written on a fence panel at the park. If you know who these people are, call police.
One person is recovering after someone crashed their car through a pool gate at an apartment complex in New Smyrna Beach. Fire rescue officials say the BMW that you see here ended up on the pool deck of the Limestone Ranch Apartments yesterday. This is along Glencoe Road, right near Southeast Volusia Humane Society. First responders took one person to the hospital. Several students at the University of Florida were arrested this evening. This is part of the ongoing pro-Palestinian protests across college campuses nationwide. The university released a statement tonight saying, in part, this is not complicated. The University of Florida is not a daycare, and we do not treat protesters like children. They knew the rules, they broke the rules, and they'll face the consequences. We told them that clearly prohibited activities would result in a trespassing order from UPD and an interim suspension from the university. Meanwhile, the fate of many graduation ceremonies is at stake this week as pro-Palestinian protests continue at U.S. universities, and tonight, Columbia University is suspending students who ignore requests to leave the encampment by deadline.
As Laura Aguirre tells us, many institutions are threatening to escalate efforts to shut down the demonstrations as commencement ceremonies draw near. A little girl is living with a coronary heart disease.
And she became fascinated with animals while in the hospital. Still ahead tonight, the big wish come true provided to her through the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Plus,
this is really big and does go beyond what we were expecting.
Universal Studios Orlando is expanding. We're giving you a sneak peek at the new and exciting attractions opening this summer. Tony.
And outside right now, we're tracking a few showers along the eastern side of the peninsula, but in the Gulf of Mexico, there's a cluster of storms. I'll let you know where this is going to be headed. All straight ahead.
In the last 6 months, there have been 2 more murders.
We'll catch him this time.
Look out for him.
Of course. I can't just turn my back on this case.
I know who the jackal is.
Walker, Wednesday at 8 on CW18.
You don't know what you're getting.
You think I'm wrong? I admit, I have problems.
I'm not even mad, I'm impressed.
Police 24/7, 2-hour premiere Tuesday, May 7th. The CW18 Late Night Comedy Club is brought to you by Hudson Furniture.
It's time to seize the summer. Universal Orlando announced some exciting new experiences, including when the new DreamWorks Land will open.
As WESH 2's Christina Watkins tells us, Universal shut down the old Kids Zone back in January of 2023 to make way for this experience.
There will also be a new projection show at Islands of Adventure at the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. If you want to learn more about these new experiences coming this summer, head to our website, WESH.com.
It was a wish come true for a little girl with a coronary heart disease. A 5-year-old Cora recently got behind-the-scenes tour of Disney's Animal Kingdom. During that tour, she got to meet a baby elephant who shares her name. You have to see this.
Did elephants know their names? Cora. See, look cute.
Oh, this is so sweet. Cora became fascinated with animals while she was in the hospital. Her mom says that they watched a Disney Plus show about Animal Kingdom. Cora got a tour of the animal care facility that was featured on the show.
Let's go see that bone picture.
You want to go see? What sort of animal do you think that is? I'll see the rest of the tale. Yep.
It is
Yes.
a stingray. Do you want to do an exam on Mickey?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Let me get a stethoscope.
Disney worked with the Make-A-Wish Foundation to make Cora's trip possible.
What an awesome story. All right, let's talk now about your forecast with Chief Meteorologist Tony Vanolfi. Tony, it's going to warm up this week. We could use some showers.
Well, you know, there are a few out there, not enough to help out, but, you know, we got a couple of days where I think we have a chance for some rain, so I think eventually, Stu, we're going to get some help here. Let me take you back outside, show you what it looks like out there. I-4 corridor, dry, nice evening here in central Florida. Temperatures outside along the coast, 70 to 75, back through the interior, also 70 to 75 degrees. Now, we've been watching this enhanced satellite picture here because there's been a few more developing storms tonight, pretty far to the south of where this big complex started earlier today. So we'll watch the trends, not too concerned with it. But the one thing that we've noticed tonight is the breezes. The east and the west coast sea breezes here have developed a few showers here, so things are beginning to moisten on up. And if you stepped outside this evening, you feel it. The humidity is coming on up. A few showers along and west of Interstate 75. So a few sprinkles here staying off the coast there of Volusia County, but some showers have worked in here through Brevard County over I-95 and are trying to work back towards Wedgefield, northeastern Osceola County. So we'll continue to monitor this for you over on WESH 2 during the 11 o'clock hour. Palm Bay, you're quiet. Temperature there, 65. Up towards Ocala, 64. And right here in Sanford, coming in at about 66 degrees. 12-hour forecast for Daytona Beach. Afternoon highs here right around 80. A few showers developing late morning, early afternoon. But here's what you need to know. Winds southeast at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Rip risk again is going to be running moderate with that steady diet of onshore flow. So showers in the morning. These will try to move inland during the afternoon. And if you look at our computer models here, as we showed you with Futurecast earlier, the main area for the collision is going to be through Lake County, western Orange County, and northwestern Volusia County. Could be one or two lightning storms, but this go around this early in the beginning stages of the clashes of the sea breezes there. It's typically just showers, not thunderstorms. Temperatures along the coast, low 80s. Back through the interior, above average. Normal highs 86, will be running 87 to about 89 degrees. And then as we head into the weekend, late this week, that big high builds off towards the east. You get that onshore flow. Things begin to heat up, and we still get those ongoing showers. Look at these temps now. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, upper 80s to around the 90-degree mark. On into the weekend. High doesn't move a whole lot. Onshore flow continues. We'll get those daily afternoon showers, one or two isolated storms on Saturday. Look at the rain chances, though. 30 down to 20%. Weekend high temperatures will be running in the upper 80s. Hey, this weekend down there in Kissimmee, the Civic Center, yours truly is going to be hosting the Osceola Hurricane Expo. So the forecast looks good. Come on out. We'll get you hurricane ready. Remember, as we take a look at that season now, it's only 33 days out from June the 1st, the start of hurricane season. Let's get you hurricane prepared this weekend. Tuesday, a few isolated storms, mainly a couple showers. Temperatures right through the weekend, guys, holding in the upper 80s to near the 90-degree mark.
All right, Tony, thank you. The Magic are looking for another win on the road.
Sports Director Darren Stoltzfus is in Cleveland for us tonight with the preview.
Coming up in sports, the Orlando Magic are headed back to Cleveland. Why they're so confident headed into tomorrow night's Game 5 against the Cavaliers, and what they had to say at practice before getting on the plane to Northern Ohio. Stick around, sports is next.
Now, WESH 2 Sports on CW18. Sponsored by attorney Dan Newland.
Hello, everybody. I'm Darren Stoltzfus. Sports comes to you tonight from Cleveland, Ohio, where the Cavaliers are getting set to host the Magic tomorrow night in a pivotal Game 5 in the first round of the NBA playoffs. The Magic have not led a postseason series since they last won a postseason series back in 2010. They think tomorrow night could be the time that changes. Kristen Lago with the team before they hit the road to Cleveland.
Can you imagine the nerves on that team right now? Oh, my goodness.
They're ready, man.
They're ready.
Two big wins.
They got it.
I love your confidence.
When you see the ball go in, the next one goes in.
I mean, they were like confident, man. Just watching them, I love the swagger with those young guys. So, hey, let's take a look at that updated 7-day forecast here real quickly. 87, 90, 90, 89, 88. It's almost that time of the year, guys. Showers, 1 or 2 isolated storms tomorrow evening. Not expecting a whole lot of lightning, but the breezes could get active, and we do need the rain. It's been awfully dry, so bring it.
Yeah, that's a lot more rain, Tony.
Let's remind Tony the Mets also lost tonight. Remember, you can wake up with WESH. Our sunrise crew starts at 4:30 a.m. with the overnight news, first warning weather, and of course your traffic. Thought I was glad you get away with it. We're staying on top of all of our big stories tonight.
I never even know if you're kidding anymore.
They lost tonight.
Flip over to WESH for local live late breaking news at 11.
What are we gonna do tonight?
Come with me. I know a place.
What are we waiting for? Let's bounce.
Welcome to the club.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think this is the place.
The CW18 Late Night Comedy Club. Tonight starting at 11. Brought to you by Hudson's Furniture.